So today I'm going to go over a little bit of a feature in Google called Google Jamboard. First thing you're going to want to do is just go to jamboard.google.com, and that'll bring you to this the screen if you're signed in with Google. We are just going to create a new jam, just to go over some of the basic features of it. So we're going to click the plus sign down here in the bottom right hand corner. And as it does that, it will pull up a new Jamboard. First thing you're going to want to do is to rename your Jamboard because it doesn't hold folders inside. So you don't want a bunch of untitled jams. We're just going to call this an example Jamboard. After that, really what Jamboard is, at its basic feature, it's an interactive whiteboard that teachers can use, but it can also be used as collaborative purposes as well. So some of the few features it has, right here first, we will have our pen feature, and we can change how wide we're marking. We can have a highlighter, a brush, and we can change our different colors. But that will be how you would actually use to write on your Jamboard. So if we have something like x equals 5. And I use my iPad most of the time to write on this, so I don't write very well on it, but that is the pen feature. The next feature we have is the erase feature, which is just simply an erase. So if we make a mistake somewhere, we can just simply click and erase some of that stuff. Okay. If you want to erase the whole thing, we could just use this clear frame button up here, and that'll get rid of everything that was on this specific slide. Next we have our sticky note. So if we wanted to add a sticky note to our frame, we can do this. So we'll just call this an example sticky note. And then that'll pull up a sticky note on our frame here, and we can resize that however we need to see fit. If we need to edit something on there, we should just be able to click those three dots. We can either duplicate the sticky note, delete it, or edit it right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete it to get back to our blank frame right here. If you were preparing this lesson beforehand, you can add your image here. And then also you can just have any kind of shape. So if you want to add a circle or a square, triangle, something along those lines, we can add those in as we see fit. Last, we can add our text box here. So I've done this before for math problems. So if we want to say 2x is equal, not plus, is equal to 6, we can have that text box there and be waiting for our students when we get to that presentation. The last little feature here is our laser point. It's down here just below the text box, and if you're able to click on that, you can kind of drag around a laser. So it's very helpful if you want to point out something to the students while you're giving the presentation, but don't actually want to have to go back and erase it. So some of the other features with this, so let's say we wrote something in here on our slide, some kind of a line, and as we're doing that, we can just hit the undo, and whatever the very last thing was that we did, it'll undo that. We can put separate backgrounds with this as well, so you can have some dot paper here. One that I like is the grid paper. This has been pretty nice for whenever I've done any kind of coordinate plane work, being able to draw in our coordinate planes with these lines already in. And then if you'd rather just have, you can enter an image as your background, or if you just want a chalk or a blue or a blackboard behind it, you can have that as well. Now, whenever you want to go to a new slide, it would just be like if you were changing a board in your classroom. You can just click this arrow, and you can just keep doing this as much as you want. Now, when we're done with that, we can exit out, and if we actually go to our drive, we can see, we go to our recents, maybe. we can actually see that we will have these Jamboards here. This is what I really like about Jamboard, is because it does put it right into your Google Drive. This example Jamboard, we can now put into either folders into our Google Drive, or if we're in our Google Classroom, we can upload those directly to our Google Classroom and kind of have our notes ready for our students, and they can go back and look at them. Maybe if you had a kid gone, that'll be an easy way to just share what you would have normally had on your whiteboard anyway. Or if maybe you have a kid that doesn't take notes very well, they're always going to be there for them. Hope these features were helpful, and until next time.